Okay, so before you get playing, you need to make sure your bow has rosin on it. And rosin can come in any shape, size, and color. It is it's tree sap based, but with some like extra things in it or something. I'm sure you can't just like go out and tap a tree and then let the tree sap dry and rub your bow hair across it. So maybe don't try to tap your own tree. Just go ahead and buy some rosin. It can be quite cheap. So it can come in a rectangle like this, or it can come in a circle and a cloth. If you get the circle type rosin, be very careful when you first open it, because these two are attached to their cloth. This one, if I can get this one open, it's tricky. I don't use this one often. This one is not attached. There's all of this stuff here, and it just kind of sits in here. So be very careful if you buy rosin like this when you open it, because rosin will just fall on the floor and crack into a bajillion pieces, and then it's really difficult to use. So be careful. So you've got your rosin. Now, some people scratch their rosin, some people don't. I am the owner of both of these rosins. Really, what scratching does is to kick up a little bit of dust on the surface of your cake of rosin in case it's been a really long time since you have rosined your bow, or if you just got your bow rehaired or a brand new bow and it has no rosin on it whatsoever, then you need to prime it with a little bit of pure rosin dust rather than just raking it across a smooth cake of rosin like this. It does take a long time to rosin a bow, a brand new, fresh bow, properly to the point that it will play. So what you want to do is every once in a while, when you've done your rosin, if you want to scratch it, take the screw of your bow and just rake it across a couple of times to get something that kind of looks like that. And then you just simply want to put your bow against the rosin and rub it back and forth a couple of times. Rosining does not need to happen every time you pick up your instrument. Probably once a week should be fine. If you need to rosin more often than that, you probably just need a bow rehair, because if you go check out one of my earlier videos, which I will link somewhere around here, you will know that the hair on your bow has scales. The scales in the hair hold the rosin, and if the scales are shaved off from lots and lots of playing, then they won't hold rosin anymore, and the rosin will just rub off very quickly. So instead of putting more rosin on, you actually just need to get new hair on your bow. So yeah, you don't need to rosin super often. It should not create a big cloud of rosin dust and make it look like an avalanche happened on the surface of your instrument. If you do accidentally get too much rosin on your bow, you can simply just tap it against your forearm or against your thigh, something soft, the heel of your hand, just to try to knock some of that dust off. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You've got to have enough rosin on your bow in order to get a good sound across the entire playing face of the bow, which for violins and violas, full-size bows, are about 24 inches, about 2 feet of playing hair. So to make sure that you have rosined your bow evenly, draw one big slow bow in either direction, and if your bow skates around, sort of like if you've ever been in a car, or especially if you've driven a car that's like hydroplaned or hit a patch of ice and it just, you lose control for a second but then get it back real quick, that's pretty much what it's like running over an unrosined patch of bow. That you'll definitely know when you've got enough rosin on it, because it'll just sit there and make a great sound by itself. You won't really need to press very much. If you would like to try a new type of rosin, then basically you take, sorry, that's bringing a pencil with it. You take whatever cloth you use to clean your instrument and you just kind of rub it on the hair until you've rubbed it down to pretty much the natural color of the hair, which if you see here, it's not natural. I dyed this. It's purple. Also note, if you please don't just dye your hair. I am paid to do things like this. Obviously, I do this myself and I do this myself, but this must be done on unrosined hair. You will ruin your bow if you try to do this with rosin on it. So anyway, you wipe it down to as close to the original color as you can get, which for regular bows like this is kind of a yellowy color. And I will show you why you were going for yellow. Because let's see here, I'll pick this rosin. If I rosin this spot that I just wiped off quite a bit, it is now white because rosin dust is white. So you want to get most of the white off of your bow before you apply a new type of rosin, or else you're not going to get a really good idea of how that rosin reacts on your bow and on your strings and all that stuff. So yeah, now that you know how to tighten and loosen your bow and you know how to hold it and you've done some bow grip exercises, let's get to actually playing with the thing.